I'm going to turn now to Scarlett. You've come over to join us from Europe. Thanks again for coming all the way here.
Glad to be here.
Can you tell us a bit about what's going on in Europe and internationally? Some of you may be aware of what's happening there, but we're turning to a slightly more sinister phase of the European Union, our lovely friend, and their journey to try and crack down on free speech, aren't we?
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank all of you for being here, because I can understand it's been a very long day. So the fact that you still found the energy to be here at this panel, I just want to thank you for that. Because what we're talking today is so crucial. We're talking about how we can use social media for the elections. And elections are so relevant because this is the moment where we have the power to decide who gets in power and to shape our future. Of the 193 countries in the world, 50 of them went to the ballot this year. France, the UK, we have the United States coming up. And we see that the future is clearly moving in a different direction than we saw. People are simply fed up with the status quo. They want stricter migration policies. They're done and they're fed up with the imposed gender policies. And of course, they're afraid of losing their Christian identity because of failed integration policies. And it's scaring the establishment, the fact that now we see the rise of critical thinkers, because they are actually challenging the exact narrative that kept them in power for so long. And what is the establishment currently doing? Are they talking with us? Are they coming with us in debate? No. No, the opposite. In fact, they're actually doubling down on the control of information that we are receiving. And one of them in Europe that we're dealing with is the Digital Service Act. And it sounds always so noble. This is the thing with the EU. Whatever they tell you, it always sounds so noble because the DSA is there to protect us from harmful and illegal content. Well, is it? Or is it just to protect them, to keep them in power? Because the DSA goes much further than that. It gives unelected bureaucrats the power to decide what can and cannot be said online. They get to decide our freedom of speech. And without freedom of speech, you don't have a democracy or a fair election. And if you think that the DSA is only affecting Europe, then I have bad news, because it's also affecting the rest of the world. And to give you a clear example, we just had, of course, the interview on X with Elon Musk and Donald Trump, which was such a breath of fresh air. Because finally we got to see Donald Trump giving a fair opportunity to talk about his policies in a very respectful way. Something we simply do not see in mainstream media because they have to protect their narrative. And what did the EU do? They sent him a letter, an unelected bureaucrat, and I really want to quote Nigel Farage, because the first time I heard about Thierry Breton, I was like, who are you? And I think most of people don't even know who he is, because nobody chose or elected him. Yet, he felt that he was entitled to tell to Elon Musk, hey, listen, be careful what you're saying online, because if you say something that I don't like, I will prosecute you. Having debate is so crucial, especially right before the elections. I don't care who you're going to vote for. That's not my decision, it's your decision. But it is your right to have access to all the information to make that decision. And the censorship laws that we're facing right now are impacting the information that we are having. So having independent voices, having platforms like X, and of course the one that I had with Pavlov, in the sense of it's important that we have this information available to us, because when we have information, we have control, and when we have control, we can decide for our future.